Hi folks, I just couldn't resist this. I don't usually do unboxing videos, but I thought in the case of this I'd make an exception. Now this, I'm not sure if it still is, but I'll say for the minute, it used to be, get the camera on it, this used to be a Fidelity MC5 music centre, and I'm hoping it still is. But look at the way it's packed. Yeah, look at this. You got to take your hat off to the dunce who packed this, and you look at it. Look at this, and I haven't unboxed it yet. Look at it. A thin layer of bubble wrap. Yeah, let's get it unboxed and have a look. Let's see if I can put the camera somewhere where we can do this, so I can leave it on. Maybe not be able to. Well, I'll put it there, and let's have a look. Well, let's get my knife. Which is not the sharpest of tools, but there again, neither was the fucking dickhead who packed this. I mean, this thing spent fucking, this thing survived 40 odd years. And it doesn't even sound like, even when there's trouble, securing the tone arm down. I mean, why do people offer free postage? You've just gone round the shops, this fucker, and fucking found fucking bits of boxes. Right. Well, so far, well, that is a that's very, very depressing, that packaging, but that packaging, folks, is very depressing. And there's a piece missing off my lid that wasn't missing in the photographs. So I'm gonna have to try and find that if I can. Right. Look at that, didn't even secure the tone arm down. Oh, look at the state of that thing. Well, at least it's arrived with the tone arm on it. A piece of my lid's broke off. That lid was complete in the listing, I'm sure it was. But that's eBay for you, folks, and this has got nicotine over it and everything. It's a really horrible thing. But yeah, that break's fresh. That had a complete fucking, that was complete, that. Why can't people just pack things? I mean, like, pack it properly. Where's the other piece of the lid? Because that was complete on the pictures I saw of it, I'm sure it was. Anyway, I'll have another look in a minute. and see if it was complete. But even so, that packaging was absolutely, oh, that was ridiculous. That was definitely a third class, fourth class job even, and the screws are all, well, mind you, I can't blame him for that, but yeah, I mean, for the tenner, what can you expect? But you do expect the job to be packed properly. Anyway, let's give you a look at it, first look at it, folks. This is what was known as the Fidelity MC5 Music Centre, and I think I've mentioned before, it's a load of shit, but I bought it just for shits and giggles anyway, just for the hell of it. It was cheap, so I thought, why not? Yeah. Don't know whether it works, don't know whether it can be repaired, and the dickhead didn't even screw the transit screws down. And what's that stylus there? Can I see it with the video camera? No. Oh, it's dual LP stylus. If I get it working, I'll have to put a 78 RPM stylus in that. But we'll see. Ooh. Well, the automatic mechanism works, but it's stiff. But it works. Ooh, that's dry. Yeah, it's in need of a service, this, folks, obviously. Either a service or a binning. But I'm very, very disappointed about my lid. Because the lid's actually in quite good condition apart from that. So I'm actually quite disappointed about that, folks. I really am. Really upset about that, because that lid was in complete condition, and that was one of the good things about it. Anyway, never mind. Next thing to do is to go and finish my cup of tea, get me breakfast, and then get up and then throw a plug on it, and plug it in and see what it does, I suppose. Anyway, folks, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Oh shit, I've zoomed in. Whoa. I'll catch you later, folks. Bye for now. Hello, folks. This is my my Fidelity MC5 music centre from the late 70s, and I've managed to get matching speakers. I'll show you those after I've refurbished them. We've got to refurbish the speakers, but they are the ones that were supplied. I managed to find a set of those, and right, I haven't actually tried this yet, although we do have a record in place. Let's lift the lid up, and we're connected to the Variac. So what we'll do, we'll turn the power on the unit, and what we'll do, we'll now turn the Variac on. And what we'll do, we'll bring the voltage up slowly. Let's bring it to, make sure it's on medium wave. Put it on radio, and that way we'll hear. Oh.
Decades. It's very interesting to compare those treatments throughout the decades and how they've changed. Thank you so much for all of your contributions on YouTube.
Wow.
I've got one here. Ian says.
That interference is my camcorder fault. For that.
Captain Sullenberg's
Well, the medium wave's
went
working.
down in the Hudson.
Long wave. FM. Right, let's go to the record player. Well, we know the radio works. It's if I just see, I want to let you hear some stations. There we are.
And Tony's written in regarding the Sully story. What he did was a miracle. What an amazing.
There we go.
The bottom man in the story is also the air traffic controller. How amazing he was. No panic and doing everything he could to help. And also, you're going to be hearing about Sully's code.
Needs a good cleaning.
Forgotten as well. In the next hour, MPs are gearing up for their crunch vote on the Queen's speech. We'll have the latest from the Commons. The 90-year-old author who's written his first book in more than 50 years to lighten the
turn that on.
Captain Sully Sullenberger. He's our eye at the store.
Right, let's go for the record player. The auto mechanism's a bit stiff, but I said that when I did the unboxing, I knew that. And the arm just falls short of the record. So, oh, there's action from the cartridge. So the cartridge ain't dead. The end of the arm's dead loose. Oh. Let's just tighten the head of the arm up. The head of the arm's dead loose. I mean, that should be... That screw should be about the middle there. Well, the washer. And they just nip up those. There you go. And it hasn't dropped all the way down, that. There we go.
One dark stormy night, not a star was in sight. The north wind came howling down the line. There stood a brave engineer with his sweetheart so dear and his orders.
There should be two bulbs in here as well, and they're blown. There might be a problem. I might have to put LEDs in that. Unless I've got them in stock.
Joy in his heart he couldn't hide. The whole world seemed bright, for she told him that night that tomorrow should be his blushing bride. The wheels hummed a song as the train rolled along. The black smoke came pouring from the stack. The headlight agleam seemed to brighten his dream of tomorrow when he'd be going back. He sped round the hill and his brave heart stood still. In his face, he whispered.
Do you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to do the first part of the servicing on this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the first part of the servicing. Turn the variac off because the wires come out. Push that back in. Put it back on. I haven't tried the cassette because I can hear it constantly running. And the person was the person actually who sold me this did actually mention that the cassette recorder didn't work. So, given that it's constantly running, I'd have to say that in my experience the belt will be gone. So I'll have to have a look, see if I've got any junk cassette mechanisms, or failing that, order a belt in. I'll probably have to order a belt in for it, but we'll get it all serviced and cleaned. And the first thing I'm going to do, would help. I was going to say it would help if my straw fitted, it does. Which is no other contaminant. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to spray this controls. Feel a bit scratchy them now after cleaning them, but after a couple of minutes they should be okay. So let's turn the variacs on, let's turn power back on, let's put the record, let's just see if any action at the tape. Well the lid doesn't lift up. Yeah, the lid doesn't lift up, see if I can lift it just, yeah. Oh, the pinch roller's going. Actually, folks, let's put that on tape. Let me just go and get a cassette. Because this was sold to me with the cassette not working. Now that might redeem the damage on the lid. Now let's just see, because it's go and find a cassette. Right, well, we've got a cassette, and I know what's on this cassette, obviously, because I recorded it. So, well, the cassette deck's turning. Very muffly. Let's just get my fingers on that play record head. Ooh, there's a lot of oxide there, folks. I've just done something you shouldn't do. I just put tape on top of a speaker. Still, I don't give a shit, we don't care about that sort of thing in here, do we, folks? Oh, there's a cough down there, I can use that. Give the head a clean. Turn that off so I don't snag up anywhere. Let's press play so I can get into it easier. Where's that aftershave I had? Because I can't use switch cleaner on a tape head. Well, I could, but a bit of aftershave will do it. This is good stuff, this is Boss. Let's clean the tape. Clean the pinch roller. Give the head a wipe. Give the tape roll, pinch roller a wipe. Let's just check. Oh, that feels better. But the tape motor's running all the time, and I don't like that. There's got to be a switch. That's a bit very muffled. try recording something off its own. Turn that volume down a bit. I mean, these volume controls make no difference. I just don't want it too loud.
One dark stormy night.
Ah, sorry about that, folks. Forgot to put the damn bloody camera on. Anyway, we've disconnected the record deck. We've had to, because my soldering station isn't quite substantial enough because there's a small diameter tip. I've had to break out the big guns to desolder the aerial wires so I can get the chassis out. I'm just in the process of removing the chassis now, folks. Well, one of the boards, the main board with the amplifier, and it's a, what do you call it? This it's this is like, it's a one deal effort. This, it's, you know, it's all everything on one board really, apart from your radio, which is here. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's be something doing the front buttons, that. And I need to know if it's screwed in. Right. I mean, everything's coming out of this, so it doesn't matter. But there we go. It's all coming out too, because the cabinet's going to be, undo the headphone socket. There we go, that was already bloody undone. Right. Now, put the screwdriver there. Got no screws in the back. And it lifts out from the back, and I've got a feeling that these black screws I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't have to, but because they only go onto the cassette mechanism. I mean, the cassette mechanism's going to come out anyway, so I thought this was a one deal option where it all fell out. It is, it's all loose. Oops. Yeah, the idea is to get it apart without actually breaking it. Now we've got another screw in here somewhere. Oh, a lot moves. Got another screw under here. I think what I'm going to have to do is take the board off, leave the cassette mechanism in, because it might be anchored down somewhere. And that's the board out, fair enough. Right. anything in the top that needs to come out. There we go. Cassette door needed to be opened. That's it. Right. That's what it was, the cassette. Let's try and... Well, I'll tell you what, you know. I'll tell you what, look at this, folks. It's just... There we go, look at this. Yeah, that tape transport mechanism's filthy. Yeah, definitely needs a good clean. Maybe stick a new head in there as well. Right. Now, what have we got for amplifiers? Yeah, we've got two little small measly chips. Let's check these capacitors and stuff. I'll check all this while this is out. Right, well that's your... That once that cassette transport's been serviced, that can be screwed back down. But that's got to be serviced first. It's got to be cleaned and serviced. And remarkably, the belt doesn't feel stretched. Right, so that's got to be... So I can put that there. I can put that there for now. Because like I say, I want everything out of this. Because it's all got to be cleaned. Let's get my pot over here. There we go. Hey. We love it. We love it. There we go. Oh, pardon me, folks. Put it on top of the variac out of the way, that's the power transformer. Right, where's the other screw? I thought two dropped into the lid. Could have not gone that way, has it? Just check. Why don't we just... No, there's one in there. Got them all. Right, now... Take the cord clamp out. Because you've got to take it out, you can't just undo it and rotate it, which is a fucking nuisance. Now turn the unit around. Need a big screwdriver, I think, for this. Oh, hang on. all pretty much all the same, them screws. And there's lights in them dials, I'm sure there is. If there ain't, they're going to get some put in because dials are a bit dark. Right, so that's that one. And some of these screws don't come out. Like the one that holds the rod aerial. Doesn't come out. So turn it back round that way. The screw comes out of that circuit board. Comes out the bottom there. Right, we're held in by something. Ah. I hate it. You always find that you're held in by one screw. Come on, there's not another screw in there, is there? No, that's not. There we go. That's like a push on the tuning knob. Right, yep, there is a bulb in there, folks. I knew there was a bulb in there, and guess what? It's blown. So I'll have to find another bulb for that, a miniature bulb, to put in that to re-illuminate the dial. But that's your power cord, your radio. That's your radio, folks. That's what Fidelity gave you. That was what you got for your radio. That's what they gave you. And your cassette and your amplifier is a one board deal. Right, I can leave the cassette lid in, I think. Right, back onto the Fidelity MC5. Now, as you can see, this is the chassis. Well, if you want to call it that. I'm trying to think where my switch cleaner's gone. It's in here somewhere. Where have you gone? Do you know somewhere? Oh, it's up there. On top of me on top of me function generator. There we go. Right, well basically, now my bleeding spectacles. Where's my fucking pins? Oh, they're here in front of me. Jesus, man. I'll tell you what, you know, folks. Shift that phone, I don't need that. Right. Right, this is the main board, which deals with your functions, your cassette all operations regarding your cassette, and turn the soldering iron on in case I need that, and all operations concerning your cassette, and operations concerning your amplifier. Right, I'm going to give this board a good go over, and the cassette mechanism just should, I'm hoping, we've got 3 wires there, they're soldered on and one of them is, they're cunts, aren't they? That's the motor wire. Right, let's have a look. Right, because I need this. Do I need this? Do I really need to take this fucker off? Well, I want to service the mech, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to just pull these 2 green wires off here, which I assume are just earths and go to the same place on the border, which I'm going to double check. No, they fucking don't go to the same place. Oh, hang on, it's a switch to do. No, they don't, but it's a switch. And that's that switch that's stuck on. So, there we go. Yeah. I want to manoeuvre, there we go. Now let's have a look at the switch. Right, well the switch is there, and that switch ain't stuck on. Unless, just get my meter. I know what's happened here, folks. The switch has actually been shorted out. So why has somebody shorted out a switch? Just put on continuity. Yep. Yep, the switch has been shorted. Oh, that shouldn't be shorted, and it doesn't need to be shorted. It just needs to be adjusted. So if I get my the solder tool and see if it's actually been soldered or just pushed together to create a short. Could have even been live from the factory. Let's just take the switch off. You can take the switch off and work on it. See if this one fits it. Nope. Let's find a screwdriver. Oh, this one might. Oh no, here's one. That's the one. Yeah. There we go. Let's have a look at the switch. Because the cassette mechanism shouldn't run all the time, and what's happened is somebody at some point has actually, there we go, somebody at some point has actually, oh, the wire's come off now, that doesn't matter, solder the wire back on. There we go. Oh, could have waited for the solder to dry. There we go. It's burning my bloody fingers, that was why. Right, now that switch is clean, so what we'll do, we'll put the switch back in, and it can be adjusted. This switch, it can be adjusted backwards and forwards to get the correct amount of adjustment, and it can also be put in two different positions as well. It can either be put forward, or it can be put back. Now let me press one of the buttons. And decide which position it goes in. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this in the second position here for a second. And that's right. Just adjust the switch so we're a bit further forward. And it goes there. That's it. I'll just check the continuity across the switch. Push that into there. Press stop. Well, that all seems to work. I just want to now check all the buttons locked down. Yeah. Record doesn't actually hit the switch. Now right, now clean the record play switch, which is this long one here. So that's that. Oops. Let's move that fucking meter out of the way. Let's turn this back round to that's record deck. Now how come we're oh, hang on, it's upside down. Andy, you're losing the plot, old lad. Right, and this is, that goes back onto there, and they can go on anyway of those because it's just a switch. There we go. Just switches the motor on and off. Now what I want to do next is, I said I wasn't going to, and you shouldn't do, but I am. I'm going to clean the tape transport with a switch cleaner. There we go. The stuff evaporates anyway.